Hello everyone, welcome to Management Kaksha, a one-stop solution for all your management related queries. Change is a constant. If we fail to adapt by not constantly improving on how we deliver, we won't succeed. A key distinction for improvement is the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. These two concepts need to be approached separately. Often, people try to address both at the same time, which results in neither being done well. Let us begin by defining efficiency and effectiveness in general terms. According to dictionary.com, definition of effective is adequate to accomplish a purpose, producing the intended or expected result. And definition of efficient is performing or functioning in the best possible manner with the least waste of time and effort. The difference between effectiveness and efficiency can be summed up shortly and sweetly as being effective is about doing the right things, while being efficient is about doing things right. It's possible to work inefficiently and still be effective. On the other hand, one can also be efficient and ineffective. But remember, it is important to be effective before being efficient. Alright, I understand that all this must be very confusing. So let me simplify it by giving an example. There's a management student. His or her objective or goal is to secure a job after completion of education. I will give you 3 scenarios as to what generally happens. First, the student chills throughout the course, attends classes whenever he or she feels like, completes the test and exams with average marks, and grabs a job in some startup organization after trying very hard. Second scenario is where the student completes graduation with decent marks and takes up post-graduation and later gets placed in a good organization through campus placement. Third scenario, the student is very active in looking for opportunities and possibilities to hone and enhance his skill set while doing the course and grabs a great position in an established organization. Now notice that the student is able to achieve his end result, that is to secure a job right after completion of education in all the 3 scenarios. You can say that the student effectively achieved their goal in all the 3 scenarios, which means to say that he or she did the right thing. But he or she was efficient only in the 3rd scenario because they did things the right way. So effectiveness just measures the end result, whereas efficiency focuses on the means to achieve the end result. To give another example, the core purpose of any car is for you to commute from point A to point B. So you can tell that a car is effective if you get the desired result of moving from point A to point B. You can increase the efficiency of a car by offering great mileage, safety or other extra features. Now note that the main purpose of the car has to be satisfied before offering these other extra features. In other words, a car has to be effective first, then efficiency comes into play. Let us talk about the differences between efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency is asking what needs to be done. Efficiency questions about the process. For example, what would be the best way to achieve sales for this year? Whereas, effectiveness is asking why this is being done. Effectiveness questions the end result. Effectiveness is aligned with the goals and objectives. For example, what would be the drivers to increase the overall business performance? The answer could be sales. Efficiency is about current work, about what must improve now. Effectiveness is future looking with the desire for a better future, encouraging innovation, laying down future strategies, adapting to changing environments, basically everything that leads to growing people and businesses. Efficiency is easily measurable by analyzing specific metrics. For example, you can measure the efficiency of a process to achieve sales by specifying targets or checkpoints. Whereas, effectiveness is not easy to measure. It is very difficult to measure the end result. Efficiency is internal. It is within the bounds of an organization. The process that takes place to achieve a specific goal is determined by the organizational authorities. Effectiveness in its true sense requires external view. The end result would require the ability to understand competition, economy, market trends, and customer insights. Efficiency requires objective analysis, which means to say that efficiency is fact-based, measurable, and observable, whereas effectiveness requires subjective visioning. It is based on personal opinions, interpretations, points of view, emotions, and judgments. The big question is, efficiency or effectiveness? What to practice? When things come in pairs, they are supposed to be balanced to create a successful environment. Efficiency and effectiveness are two sides of a same coin and have to be balanced well to add value to the organization. Let us understand this grid to illustrate how to achieve optimal balance between efficiency and effectiveness. The first quadrant talks about being both ineffective and inefficient. It is when you pursue the wrong goals in the wrong way. Let us take an example of Nokia. Nokia was the global leader in mobile phones. With the arrival of internet, other mobile companies started understanding how data, not voice, was the future of communication. Nokia didn't grasp the concept and kept focusing on hardware. Nokia ended up being both inefficient and ineffective in the market. The second quadrant suggests efficiency but ineffectively. This is when you are doing the wrong thing the right way. Yahoo was one of the main players in the online advertising market. The company decided to focus more on becoming a media giant. The decision to focus more on media meant that they neglected consumer trends and a need to improve the user experience. Their end goal or the ulterior motive was not justified even though the process was going right. The third quadrant suggests companies being effective but inefficient. Here, the end goals or the objectives are rightly specified, but the process or the means to achieve it is ineffective. The best example for this is the Kingfisher Airlines. Their vision was to deliver a safe, value-based and enjoyable travel experience to the guests. But their operations process in the long run did not enable them to achieve the desired target. The final quadrant is where the company is focusing on the right objectives and the process is in tune with the end goal. You can take example of any of the established MNCs. Yes, there's no doubt that they would be into a few losses, but their overall vision is rightly aligned with the processes, hence making them steadily efficient and effective. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share to Management Kaksha.